Let's talk about our thoughts, first impressions of the game. It's the first time we've all played it. Definitely has a Blood Rage vibe to me.
I'd heard there were multiple paths to victory when we started playing. I was like, there's not. Oh, you have to battle. You have to be vicious. And you really don't, because I got pretty close with just hoarding.
Yeah, you got second place. And
hoarding blessings and resources.
And you attacked me at the beginning, but after that, you weren't aggressive.
I went towards the hoarders. I just tried to expand out and tried not to mess with the wasteland as much as I could. I didn't mess with the center.
My impression is there probably are multiple paths to victory, but only if certain things occur. Like, I don't think she could have done that strategy if you and I didn't fight as much with each other as we did.
Well, and that's what I was kind of banking on, was that you guys would fight it out and I would be able to hoard victory points while you were doing that. And I think that if the game was going...
If the game kept going a few more rounds, I think you would have been in a really good position.
Yeah, somebody could win with a non-in-your-face strategy.
I like the timing aspect of the recruiting, and it dawned on us early that, I don't have any more guys to recruit, so now I've got what I got. And that timing aspect, I think, actually hurt Jess at the end of that game, because he had way too many reinforcements when he needed people to actually fight.
Yes.
It's almost like you got your guys out there too early and then never got to replace them.
Well, that's the weird thing. No, I was lagging behind you guys on the placing guys. There's one point, I played that one massive card that got me a lot.
Yeah, you had one guy left on the board.
But for the most part, I was spread thin. And that's probably one thing that cost me. Other is, I was the monkey in the middle. Like, you guys never fought the entire time. And I fought battle. Oh yeah, you attacked her at the end. But I felt like the whole first half of that game, I was constantly under siege, being attacked by one or the other of you. And
and I think the first person to jump into the Yggdrasil or whatever it is.
Yes, that's right. You get
is going to face that kind of wrath.
It's like Mechatol Rex in Twilight Imperium is what that reminded me of. The King of the Hill, you get the 2. That's 4 victory points, maybe 8 victory points. Really,
the one thing I'm not too big on is the adjacency rules. Like, I don't like that you can invade like this space from this space. Like, I think this space should be able to invade like here, and obviously these two. But I don't not sure about being able to invade pretty much anywhere on the board.
It is a little silly because you honestly have to cross the wasteland multiple times to get there, and it is a little weird.
Well, I think obviously they made that choice for
chaos,
for purposes. But I do know that when I was watching the video by the I think it's Chubby Meeple, I'll put a link in the description below. It's a very good instructional video. That was the one thing that stuck out to me as, okay, you need to pay attention to this because nothing is safe. It's almost like, I can move anywhere on the board, but so can everybody else in the game. So do I really want to do that 24/7?
This isn't built for you to make your own little safe haven.
This is not a 4X.
Right, and knowing that, and once we all know that, it's almost like, so... You don't want to protect everything, but you also don't want to just go in and take over one space with everything you've got. That's what I'm saying. It's almost like you have to be judicious with your attacks and stuff. You can't just go 100%. You will end up, there's a chance you're going to end up being thinned out either by the dice or by just doing too much. And then you become almost like Risk, where you spend all your guys, and then you got one guy guarding each territory, and the next player just comes in and mops you up. To me, this is the kind of game where you check your ego at the door, and you just say, you know what, for the next 2 hours, you're all my enemies, and anything goes, and whatever happens stays. If you get butt sore or salty, you cannot play this game. This is going to make enemies of your friends, and if you don't choose the right people to play with.
It's a great Valentine's gift.
Right. It's a training game for relationships. But I don't think Euro players can like this, whereas Blood Rage, it seems like a Euro player could.
Well, Blood Rage doesn't have any
there's no dice.
The dreaded dice.
Right, but in this game, the dice are just action selection, basically.
The cards are so random.
I would play this game again. Like, this is not a game that I go, the first time I played Blood Rage, I was a little bit disappointed because I didn't understand the Loki strategy, and a couple of the people at the table did, and I got destroyed, and that's never fun. In this game, it took literally 2 turns to kind of see what was going on.
Yeah.
And the only unknown was, what are the cards that are coming
Yeah.
in? I think I actually enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed Blood Rage, at least early on. Now, Blood Rage is a classic, a modern classic. So it may be that you play that game 100 times, and you're going to be fine. I have not played it 100 times. I've played it a few times, and I've only played this game once. But my first impression is this is the kind of game that I would rather just go and chuck some dice and be happy, that I had a good 2 hours of fun. It's a different style of game. I tend to like these types of games better, I think. I don't know.
Well, I have to say that, I lost and kind of went into it knowing I'm going to lose, but I still had a good time.
The battle system is interesting. I like that they separate casualties and battle strength.
Right, you win the battle but lose all your guys, and you still get some victory points. So it's got.
I didn't think I'd like that, but I actually really do, because I like how much you can manipulate it with resources,
and I love how how encourage you to pick the toughest fight that you can actually win.
Right.
Because it rewards you for how strong the enemy is that you beat, which is interesting.
And we had a couple of times where when we went into the battle, one or more people thought that they had no chance of winning.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start looking at it and you're like, well, if I do this and I use some of these blessings are basically rerolls.
Mm-hmm.
And that reminds me of the game New Dawn, which nobody watching this video probably has ever, played.
New Dawn is good.
But New Dawn has that mechanism where you can spend the tokens to reroll. Same thing with Champions of Midgard. In Champions of Midgard, those are victory points.
Well, there are victory points in this too.
That's true,
but the less a degree.
So I do like that. I feel like this is an eclectic mix, and for some reason, I don't know why it is, but this board, I think it's the colors, reminds me of the Simon game, Rising Sun.
I haven't played that one,
but the colors remind me of that.
Well, I like that they went all out with the crazy colors because it catches your eye, and
I think it looks great on the table.
It looks great. And it's very distinctive. It's not like you're ever confused about what's going on.
Yeah, the different sizes, the different base shapes.
Yeah.
You can...
Slightly different models for each faction.
Right. So people that have issues with color will have no problem, identifying the pieces. It's pretty easy to see. Mm-hmm. No, I like it. I think on a scale of 1 to great, I would call this game, I think it's above average game, and I think with more plays, again, this is just on a first impression.
Yeah.
I think more plays. I think there's going to be a level at which you cap out where like strategy just meets what's available.
I bet this would be surprisingly good at 2-player.
I don't think it would be bad at 2 players. Yeah, I don't think it would be bad at 2 players at all.
Yeah,
I think it might actually be a little bit more Euro style that way. I'm assuming, is the board the same size?
The board is the same size, but any space that you don't start in is going to have a nomad.
Well, the nomads are kind of cool because they actually give you free.
They give you things, yeah. Well, I kind of got this on a whim, like I said, for Valentine's Day, and I think it's going to hit the table more, and that's a good feeling that I didn't completely blow it.
No, I think especially if you can play it at 2 players and you guys can play this game. I mean, I think that would be fun, and I do think, and it plays 4.
It plays 4.
Okay. Well, I mean, to me, this game is at least a thumb and a half up. After 1 play, I would totally play it again. I might just.
And if this video gets 20 likes, you guys will play it with Evil Jeff. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm not sure I can commit to that.
I would like to play it again, but
no, I think we're definitely playing this again. All right, well, that is Ruination. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, this poor guy didn't really get to do much.
So are we playing it again now?